Is it actually possible to stop living paycheck to paycheck? The truth is that yes, you can. Stay tuned and let's find out how. Hey there, are you subscribed to this channel? If you're not subscribed to this channel, here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now. Right now. Subscribe. Oh. Hey there, Gertrude Nontra here. You're welcome to my channel once again. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to stop living paycheck to paycheck. And I have a personal story about this, and the truth is, I believe that if I can do it, you can do it. And what's my story? My story was that there was a time when I was in grad school, and when you're in graduate school, pretty much you're broke most of the time, and you know, the bills would come in, and there'll be times where I wouldn't actually open the bills because I knew that when I opened it, I wouldn't have the money to pay them, right? And so I put them away until, you know, some of those letters started to come in red envelopes, or they would come with, you know, red writing on them. You know what I'm talking about, where they're telling you, you know, if you don't pay up, you know, your electricity is going to be cancelled, or something is going to be shut off. And it's a really scary feeling, having to live paycheck to paycheck. And it's not a place that any of us wants to be, right? Not being able to pay your bills, not being able to catch your breath every month, feeling as if the moment your paycheck comes, it's gone, you know, like gone, it's gone. It's like you don't even own the money, all right? And sometimes it can even feel like you're just working just so you can pay bills. Well, I'm here to tell you that it is possible for you to actually break free of working and then just seeing your money go towards bills, and feeling as if you never can catch your breath. Before I continue though, I want to make sure that I give this disclaimer that I'm not a certified financial planner. Everything I'm sharing in this video is from personal experience and what has allowed me to stop living paycheck to paycheck. I believe that these are principles that are pretty universal, regardless of where you live, how much you make, you know, what you look like. You can use these same principles to build wealth. However, if you need more professional help, I do recommend that you see a certified financial planner, you know, if that is up your alley. Number one, take a look at where your money is going. If you don't know where your money is going, you don't know where your money is going, right? Like, I know that I said the same truth, but they mean two different things. Like, if you don't know what your money is going to, you can't save the money, right? You can't rescue any of it. So take a really honest look at how much you're paying for electric. How much are you paying for water? How much are you paying for, you know, your TV? How much are you paying for your cell phones? How much are you spending on food each month? Take a good look at where your money is going and see how you can begin to make cuts. There was a certain time in my life personally where my husband and I used the same cell phone. Why? Because paying for a second cell phone was just not in the budget. It just wasn't making any sense. That extra $30, I think it was an extra $30, could do so much in our home at that time. And so it was important for us to cut one phone and say, hey, you know, for a few months, and I don't think we even did it for more than 6 months, I want to say. But for a period of time, for a few months, we used one cell phone so that we could save that extra money and put it towards things that we needed to put it towards. Because the truth be told, right? Truth be told, there's certain things that are needs and there's certain things that are wants. And it's important for you to differentiate between the two and decide which one stays and which one goes. Tip number 2. Create a budget. So now you have a big overview of where your money is going each month. You begin to take a look at the things that, hey, this needs to go, and the things where you can put some extra money towards. Let's say food. Food is important. Your rent is important. So those are really needs, right? And then certain things are just, you know, cable TV, it's just a want. You could cancel that for a few months. Truly, you know. And so now that you know, have a big overview of where your money is going, the next tip is to create a budget. There's so many budgeting systems out there, and I'm not going to give you a lesson on budgeting. So many budget videos out there, so many budget courses, books out there. Just grab one. The whole essence is that now you want to make sure that you have a plan for where every single penny that comes into your home is going. So you know that you know, when the paycheck comes, this money goes to rent, this money goes to water, this money goes to electricity, and then you know, actually I used to create a spreadsheet. an Excel spreadsheet where I put all of this stuff, and I'd see where everything was going. Everything had a line. And then at the end, I would subtract the total of what I had just created from the paycheck I had just received so that I would know how much I had left over. Sometimes that number will come up to negative, and then I'd look at that budget again and be like, okay, so what on this list do I need to cut out this month so that I can make the month, so that I'm not short on a particular month? So that's tip number 2, create a budget. Tip number 3, start a side hustle. These days, it's really, really easy for anybody to start a side hustle. You can do Uber, Lyft, Amazon Flex, OfferUp. There's so many apps and so many tools out there that you can no longer give yourself an excuse for not having a side hustle. And this side hustle may bring in an extra $100, an extra $200, an extra $300, and you can begin to put that money, to fill that money into the budget in the places where things have been really tight. So for instance, maybe, food, the food budget has been really tight. You can begin to put a little bit of the side hustle money towards food. Or maybe, like me, we had to cancel one cell phone, and so we only had one cell phone. Now the side hustle money was enough that it could cover a second cell phone, and so we got a second cell phone. So begin to do a side hustle that will cover those expenses that are really, really tight. Now that you've created a budget and your paycheck, that you realize that your paycheck doesn't necessarily cover that particular expense. Tip number 4, begin to pay down your debts. All right, some of us have student loans, credit cards, mortgages, debt on cars, and this takes a lot of money out of our budgets. Let me tell you something. At some point when I was still a student, I had 5 credit cards. I'm so embarrassed to even say that. 5 credit cards. And I think every single month I was paying about $300 on all of them. And guess how much my paycheck was? My paycheck was, I think, maybe $1,200 in an entire month. And here I was every single month giving about a third of my paycheck to credit card companies. Okay, so it was taking a chunk of money out of my paycheck. So the wonderful thing about a side hustle is that now that you're making some extra money, begin to pay down your debt. Begin to get aggressive about your debt. And the way that I found that works beautifully is for you to use a snowball method. So one of the things you do is look at your lowest debt, like the thing that is like the smallest debt that you have on your list, and begin to throw money at it until that's gone. Then the next one, and then the next one. And it gives you, once you pay one off, you get so much power and you feel so empowered to pay the next one off. And you will be surprised. People are living on $25K a year. Listen, I'm not joking, and I know some of you are going to maybe leave me like terrible comments down below. I don't care. But there are people that are living on really small amounts of money and still are able to do this because they are really, really frugal with what they do. And if you really want it, you will make time for it. And I'm giving you a solution. Go start a side hustle. If you think your paycheck is not going to be enough, go and start a side hustle and begin to put that money towards your debt. Tip number 5, last but not least, now that you've created a budget, you started a side hustle, you're beginning to pay down your debt, one wonderful thing you can begin to do is also begin to put money away towards savings and investments. This is how you're going to build wealth. All right. Once you get rid of your debt, the next step is for you to really begin to build assets for yourself. And it can start with as little as $50 a month, $20 a month, $100 here. And once again, a side hustle helps with this, right? Because now if you've paid off your debt, when your paycheck comes, you're not getting money subtracted from your paycheck as much as you used to, right? Because your debt is paid off. But now you have the side hustle, you have that extra money from your paycheck, and yes, you can do some fun stuff. But you know what will be really fun is if you begin to put some of that money away in a savings account, a high yield savings account, or begin to put it in investments. All right. And so this is how I actually dug myself out of the pit of living from paycheck to paycheck, and it's something that anybody can really do. Now there are people that live in countries where the currency will depreciate from time to time. Even then, I do believe that it's still possible. It's harder. You know, don't get me wrong, I can appreciate it. I'm originally from Ghana, and so I know how currencies go sometimes. But even then, you can begin to think of some of these principles and apply some of these principles and see how best they fit into your lifestyle. But yes, this is how I stopped living paycheck to paycheck, and it's something that you can do as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, like, share this video with somebody who needs to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. God bless you.